So now that I've been like getting back to uploading like daily-ish, I skipped yesterday, but I talked about it yesterday. My plan for October was to try to play a ton of horror games, but now that I'm actually back to making videos and I'm looking at the month ahead, and it's just not gonna happen. Like, I'm just so exhausted and overwhelmed with everything, and we've had recently a lot of medical problems in the family that's stressing me out, and I am having all the overtime at work, and I am completely exhausted and overwhelmed and burnt the fuck out. And basically, since the beginning of this accidental break that I took like last month, I've been hating the majority of my videos and just wanting to delete it all and start over again. But there's a couple of them that I really, really do like, and I'm also just like super invested in this specific iteration of the life reset, because this is like the most thorough one I've ever done, and also at the exact same time so like lacking in thoroughness. Like the more I analyze it, the more I realize how much better I could have done, and I just want to like do it, like start over again. But I want to try to figure out how to do that within the context of still being within this one, if that makes any sense. I know it probably doesn't, and I just don't give a fuck at this point, because literally no one watches anyway. I'm not uploading this for anyone or to tell this to anyone. I'm doing this for myself, for the sake of documenting my thoughts. And I don't know why. I guess I kind of know why, but like I've never regretted filming something. I've regretted not filming something like a fucking lot. Like, there's just so many things I wish I would have filmed, and I didn't, for this reason or that reason, because I wanted to save battery life or SD space for, like, what if there's something else that I want to film later? Well, like, no, you dumbass, you got this thing right here, right now in front of you that you definitely do want to film. Just film that. And if you miss the other thing, oh well, because more often than not, this potential, maybe there will be something later that I don't want to miss, usually doesn't come. And so then I've missed both, basically. I've never regretted filming something. I don't know if I've ever regretted posting something, but there are definitely videos that I want to take down, because like there's one specific example that keeps coming back to mind, and it's like just the tone of my voice in that video basically is not reflective of what I meant, and I can tell that it's going to be absolutely ripe for misunderstandings, and I just don't want to deal with that. And I don't remember which video it is. I just remember the one specific thing I said, but I don't remember in which video I said that thing. But that's just one example. And I've been watching videos about, like, should I take down videos? Is that gonna hurt the channel? Is that gonna help the channel? And I've hypothesized about this before, that over the last 11 and a half years, almost 12 years now, Jesus Christ, of making videos, I think the problem really was that I just wasn't continuing to make videos. The problem wasn't deleting old ones and starting over. It was that I kept taking breaks and not continuing to work at it. But I can't do that. At least not in the way that I want to right now. Because life is too overwhelming, and I'm sick of complaining about not having time. But I literally just do not have the time. And I'm sick of complaining about that. Like on this board, I've got like a list of videos that I don't want to make. I don't want to make I don't want to make a video that says, "Hey, sorry, there's no video today." Like, why would I make that video? I would just not have a video. And then I don't want to have any like announcements of anything ever. Of like, "Hey, I'm coming back," or "Hey, I'm going to start uploading gaming videos for all of October." Because no one is here and no one cares. There's no reason to announce it. Just do the thing instead of announcing the thing. I don't want to have any sort of sense of like, oh, I'm not ready to make a video on this topic or whatever. Just make it. And if it's not good enough, oh well, you did the best you could, and then you can do it again better later when it comes back up again. And this is the next one that I need to write on that yet is no more complaining about not having enough time, because that is the universal problem for everyone. And complaining about not having enough time is a waste of time. But I don't have time. There's my alarm. That's for if I slept in, and then I have my emergency backup alarm to make sure I get up in time for work. I don't know what this video is. Trash videos. That's just another thing I should probably put on there is no more bashing my videos and calling them trash, because that's kind of a pointless thing to do too. I don't fucking know. I guess I'm gonna upload this. Sure. Right, so that's the other thing I was gonna say. I'm gonna add this on to the end of the video, is that like not only do I not have the time to play all the horror games for the month of October, but like I don't have time for games in general. I've got like pretty much all my friends wanting me to play games with them, and I just don't have time for that. I've got coworkers that want me to play games with them. Like I just don't give a fuck about video games anymore. It's getting for the first like 5 to 6 months of this channel was like the longest I had ever gone without playing video games, and it was scary, because like that was the biggest part of who I was for a long time. And I started to get this sense of like, oh no, is this it? Am I grown up now? Am I an adult now? Am I never going to play video games again? Because I started to miss them. Like, I want to play video games again. There's certain ones I miss. I miss having that time to just relax and do whatever in a game and hang out with friends and just not have to care or worry. But like there's so much else that I want to do that video games are like the absolute lowest on my list of priorities. It's getting to the point where all these people, like friends and coworkers, pestering me all the time of like, hey, I want to play video games with you. It's getting to the point where I'm now angry about it. Like, fuck off. I don't give a shit. I don't want to play them. I have so many other things that are so much more important to do. Like, it's going from awful. From missing games and wanting to play them again to then I started playing them a little bit, and now suddenly they're all pestering me like, oh, he's playing games again. Let's all just play games with us. And now it's gone from that to indifference to like anger. Like, I don't want to get rid of it. Go away. Leave me alone. I have no nice way to end the video. I don't fucking know. What the fuck am I doing? Did I even press the button? No, it's still recording. Fuck off. Leave me alone. Okay, I'm back. I remembered one of the other things I wanted to add in this video is that, like, one of the things I have not addressed at all on here yet is stress. I'm obviously really fucking stressed. And video games are supposed to be a way to just relax and de-stress. But they have the opposite effect on me because it's just more things to think about, more things to do, more things trying to take up my time, which I do not have. More things trying to take up my mind space, which is already so fucking cluttered. And it's getting to the point where I actively dislike the idea of them. Even though when I do actually have time, or when I'm willing to put aside more important things and make time for them, I guess, yeah, they are still enjoyable, but like, usually not worth it. Because usually it ends up being a late night, and by staying up late, I'm sacrificing the next morning, and so then the next day is trashed, and so I end up wasting 2 days, and then it takes me, and then there's the thing how like a night of bad sleep, you don't feel the effects until the next day. So not only have I've got the day that I played the games and stayed up late, and then I've got the next day that I've wasted that morning because I have to sleep in that next day. And then we've got the day after that where, like, I'm not, my brain is still recovering from that night of bad sleep. So playing video games doesn't just waste that time. It wastes like 3 days plus the 4th day where I'm like starting to try to get back into my routines. So every time I play video games, it completely throws me off and fucks me over for like 4 days, which is crazy. And I hate to say it, but I think that's honestly part of what derailed this channel and myself in like the end of July into August, and then that's when I stopped uploading. And now it's almost the end of fucking September, and I've wasted the summer away and done very few of the things I wanted to do this summer. It feels like spring was just last week. I don't know what happened. And of course, that's just part of getting older. I remember the first time I had an experience like that, I was 19. I was like, wait a minute, where did the last year go? And every year it just gets a little bit quicker. You blink and you miss a week. You take a nap and you miss a month. You play a video game and you miss the summer. You watch a movie. Next thing you know, family members are dead. I'm like, what the fuck? I realize that last sentence would seem very strange out of context. My point being is like something that's going to draw your attention in and distract you from everything else. And then suddenly things start happening over here that you're unaware of because you're just focused on this, and you turn around and like, ah, shit. My apartment is the messiest it's ever been since I moved in. And I'm taking the time to do this shit. Make a trash video for the sake of keeping up with this new every other day upload schedule. I was going to try to do daily gaming for October, and then after that go to every other day rambling videos. But now that I'm like beginning to realize, yeah, no, this daily gaming thing just is not going to work right now because I have so many other things that I would just rather be doing. And especially because, like, not only am I not having time to play games with friends, but if I start taking the time away from the things that I should be doing to play games by myself, but not take even more time away from the things I should be doing to also play games with friends, then they're going to be like, okay, what the fuck, dude? That's not right. Because they don't understand that I value this YouTube channel and like making content far more than I should. Like, it's one of the only things that I actually give a shit about. And I know that's not healthy. But I choose to not question it because it's one of the very few things that give me an escape from this world. And I know that if I question it, I will find reasons to no longer feel this way about YouTube, and I will no longer enjoy it. As with everything, if I question things, then I no longer enjoy them, and then I just don't do them anymore. And I so this is one of the few things where I refuse to let go. I'm just gonna be stubborn. What was that movie called? I don't remember. No, book? Man's Search for Meaning. That's what it was. It was a book about the Holocaust. And I hated it. To me, it felt like a more applicable title would be the stubbornness of man. He didn't find any meaning. He was just a stubborn little bitch. That's all it was. But it's like you almost kind of have to be stubborn. Otherwise, you get a big old punch in the face of depresso. It's like the default state if you don't choose something to be obsessed with, regardless of how arbitrary or unhealthy it may be. I don't know. And I'm just speculating at this point. I'm saying things that are far beyond my understanding. And that was also kind of the point of this map of consciousness, or map of my mind, or map of my experience of reality, is to try to question everything and never put out a video where I'm saying something that I cannot 100% back up. But I've already done plenty of that, saying things that I have yet to fully question the validity of, saying things that have prerequisite concepts that I've not questioned. And so I'm saying things that may or may not be true, and I have no way of defending those statements because I haven't thought them through yet. And that's really not good. And it's one thing I really wanted to not do, because every time I post a video, there is a sense of officialness to it. It's like, all right, this is a thing now. And those are also videos that I want to take down that I'm hating and contributing to this overwhelm of me wanting to just have a new reset. Or I could leave them there, because that's kind of part of life, and it's good to acknowledge it so that we can figure out what to do about it, because those types of things seem to kind of happen inevitably to everyone. And that's wrong. Like, we shouldn't do that. We shouldn't say things that we cannot defend. And that is a statement I can defend.